What's good, world? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy GL back with another one, man. Man, this is that update on Lil Durk, man. They saying that it's not really panning out too good for him, man. But they say, he got big spirits and stuff like that while he locked up, man. He ain't stressing or whatnot. He just unhappy about the conditions as far as what he's living in and as far as what he got to eat. He's not accustomed to that type of stuff, man, since he had blown up, man. And of course, y'all know they saying that the Lil Tim case that was dismissed. They also saying that your boy OTF Jam, man, they said it was actually like 10 years he's been wearing that wire. They actually got a clip that I'm gonna show you, man, that they claiming allegedly that he's trying to make sure that his wire's working while he's actually with these guys, man. And they were saying about, how he was trying to go to these different spots. He had 3 bookings for flights to, dip out, man. But the areas that he was at or gonna go to allegedly or whatnot, all 3 of them, you can get extradited, man. And unfortunately, they would send him back anyway. He's not at a place like Russell Simmons at where, they're not gonna worry about you and stuff like that. He would have been extradited anyway. They saying allegedly that he might have booked those flights just to see if it's a red flag that'll pop up. Because if it's a red flag, then it's gonna alert him. Hey, they on you. You can't go nowhere. And you know, after those 5 guys got locked up, they saying allegedly that's what he did to see if it was gonna show a red flag if he booked those flights. You know, um, they saying also the mayor, he had some comments to chime in about it as well, man. They saying that, he had to get those 2 keys back from the city, man. And, he want to see this resolved in a good manner and whatnot, man. But your boy Durk is facing some big charges, man, that murder for hire stuff, man. And it's crazy, man, that your boy going through this. And it's crazy that he would actually you can worry about doing a murder for hire when you're in a position like that you're in, man. Like you should be really focused on really, moving up, moving forward, But everybody wanted him to get the get back, man. And then when he got the get back and got caught up in it, man, everybody trying to bash him, man. You know, um, gotta move smarter, man. And really, they saying Quando Rondo, he forgave Lil Tim because they all in the Muslim thing now. So they saying that your boy Quando Rondo forgave Lil Tim for that, man, on what happened, man. Um, you know, King Von dying or whatnot, man, it's been a tragic thing. They also saying that his sister Kayla B and it's another one of the guys that's locked up, man. They said that immediately once King Von passed, man, they went to his estate and just was trying to confiscate everything, man, from IDs, wallets, jewelry, money. They saying that King Von's sister had sold his music and got paid for it. That's how she got her vehicle, man. And that was coming from Truth Teller, man. Shout out to him too, man. He's big on the info in Chi-Town, man. He got all the, the information on everything that's going on. So they saying that, yeah, King Von's sister, man, she went to the house when she found out he was passed away, man, and tried to start confiscating stuff. Her and this other guy that's locked up, man, allegedly, and sold the music, man. They saying that your boy King Von, he got up real quick on 18 M's, man. For the time that he was doing music with Durk, man, and they saying Durk music sounding a little different. He got some sounds, he got some lyrics, he got a lot of stuff from King Von's music catalog, man, and probably, colliding it with his. And crazy situation, man, on everything that's going down with this, man. It's unfortunate that it had to happen at this type of route, man, type of way. You know, um, we got to do better, man. Y'all got to check this stuff out, man. I'm not gonna tell y'all everything in that's in the videos that I'm about to show y'all, man. This video here, man, I want y'all to check it out, so otherwise I'll be spilling all the tea, man. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of information, man, and let y'all know what's going on, man, and show my face, show my presence, man, and you know, whatnot. But yeah, y'all gotta check this out, man. Hit the comments, let me know what y'all think on this, man. And hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit them likes, man. Get it hyped up, man. And from there, man, I'm gonna catch y'all on the other side, man. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, stay warm, man. And I'm out.
Rapper Lil Durk appeared before a federal judge in Florida this morning. He was arrested there Thursday in a murder-for-hire plot. Coming off his first Grammy win earlier this year, Chicago-bred rapper Lil Durk is now facing charges in connection to a murder-for-hire plot. The 32-year-old was born Durk Banks. U.S. Marshals took Banks into custody on Thursday in Broward County. Banks appeared in federal bond court this morning. Now, details about the rapper's arrest or charges have not been released. 5 members of Durk's Only the Family group, also known as OTF, were indicted by a California grand jury this week on charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire. Banks' arrest comes just weeks after he was named in a lawsuit which alleges the rapper had a hand in a 2020 gang-related deadly shooting of a Chicago rapper, FBG Duck, born Carlton Weekly. Weekly was killed in the Gold Coast neighborhood by a group of masked men as he waited to enter a high-end store. 6 purported gang members were convicted of carrying out Weekly's murder. Weekly's mother spoke with ABC7's Karen Jordan after filing the lawsuit.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about him and the life that was taken from him.
Now, Lil Durk and his team did not comment on that lawsuit. We'll be sure to update you when we learn more about the...
Rondo put out a indirect statement today, seemingly offering forgiveness for Lil Durk. Basically saying, even though, according to the police, you got my cousin while you were trying to kill me, we've all been through too much. Quando is someone who's, I believe, is a living example of somebody where his career was stripped from him. He got blackballed. He got raided by the police and the feds and got gang charges. He got shot at. His cousin died. And for him, when I see Quando these days, I see a man looking for redemption, but a man who probably realized that it really don't pay to be in these streets. He tried to make it out the streets. That's the goal for everybody. You want to make it out the streets to take care of your family, not make it out of your streets to then control the streets or then have the streets be the shadow or play its part on taking your life apart. So shout out to Quando.
Really quick, Little Durk. So I know it seems like after the whole Little Durk, him being detained and taken into custody, it just got really quiet after that. Like we didn't hear anything.
Correct.
So there has been an update. So TMZ released a story that Little Durk right now is planning to plead not guilty. So there's no actual word yet of when he'll actually be taken to California to face the charges officially. The charges are murder for hire. For the background, for anyone who didn't know, he's being charged of being the funding person that paid for some of his OTF members to take to kill or try and kill allegedly Quando Rondo. But he is planning to plead not guilty. They say he's in great spirits. The only issue he has right now is that he hates the food in the facility that he is in, which is he's in a detention center in Miami. So,
all right,
Durk is holding up. Just a little update there.
Okay.
On the morning of October 24th, we have federal and local law enforcement. They execute these search warrants in Chicago. They arrest Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, Houston. And that is when they learned that Banks had booked multiple flights that were leaving the country. The affidavit says the FBI received notifications from U.S. Customs and Border Protection showing that Banks had been booked as a passenger on 2 international flights, a one-way flight from Miami to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, connecting through Doha, Qatar, scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th, and one-way flight from Fort Lauderdale to Switzerland, connecting via New Jersey, also scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th. Now, Banks didn't board either flight, but at approximately 6:40 p.m., The FBI received an additional CBP notification that Banks had been booked as a passenger on a private plane departing Miami and destined for Italy, scheduled to depart at approximately 9 p.m. At approximately 8 p.m., Banks was arrested by law enforcement in the vicinity of the departing airport. So, Bradford, I mean, that seems to be evidence that he might have been trying to leave the country. You tell me what you make of that.
So, I make a couple different things of that. So the first part of that is all the countries that he has, that Dubai is going to extradite you, Switzerland's going to extradite you. These countries are going to extradite. You know, the only places that don't extradite are like you go to Vietnam, you go to Morocco. There's certain countries that don't extradite, like strictly don't extradite. All these other countries, even if they don't have a treaty with the U.S. for extradition, they're going to extradite because they rely on the U.S. for money. They rely on the U.S. for support. Switzerland, especially. Italy will deport you in about 10 seconds. They'll extradite you in 10 seconds. So I don't make much of whether or not he was going to escape and flee the country. I think more than likely, and sometimes this happens, when it was unusual that there were so many booked, right? What's not unusual is sometimes where an individual doesn't know whether or not there's a warrant out for their arrest. And I've seen this before happen in the past, where some associates get arrested. And in order to see whether or not they have a warrant, because that's not public knowledge, whether or not they have a warrant, they'll book an international flight and it'll red flag them. And then they'll get a call from the FBI or their lawyer will get a call and they'll say like, hey, your client's red flagged. They're trying to leave the country. Just so you know, they're under investigation or XYZ. And you find out information you wouldn't necessarily find out. Now, I don't know if that's the case here because there were so many that were booked. When it comes to Durk Banks, you know, so far I've seen one text that says, don't have them associate my name with any kind of flights that they're taking. Certainly that's not a good text, but is that the only text? Because that doesn't, you know, that in itself doesn't stand on its own. Certainly it's circumstantial. But like I said, we have to wait and see what other evidence they have. If they have a snitch, if they have videotapes or audio tapes of him saying something, I think that's a lot different than, hey, just make sure you don't associate my name with these guys. Because he could be blaming, you know, Grant or one of these other guys and saying like, hey, these guys are going to do some crazy stuff. And he's like, hey, listen, make sure it doesn't associate with me at all. You can look at that a million different ways. So I'm hesitant to say that they have, you know, a slam dunk case on Durk Banks. I think that they have a long way to go on Durk Banks in order to prove the conspiracy against him. I think the others, I think it's going to be very heavily based on paperwork.
Diddy or Lil Durk?
No, Durk. Because I don't think Diddy knew he was intentionally doing things in his mind that was violating the law to that magnitude.
I agree.
I think Diddy had been being Diddy for so long.
Right.
Right? This was just his norm.
Right.
Right now it's like you gave your life revenging a life, but you still didn't take the life that you were supposed to revenge.
Right. You got someone who was not even involved in that situation, who probably wasn't even there. Actually, I don't think Lil Pop was even there when that happened.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that Durk is the bigger dummy right now.
Hey, Tuka Chin, y'all blackballed Quando Rondo. No, y'all blackballed Quando Rondo. Lil Tim is a hero. I don't give a damn nobody say. Lil Timmy, Tim, feed 5, 4, pump. Lil Tim kill King Von, the Demon Slayer. I called the boy Demon Slayer. He got rid of it. The boy was a serial killer, y'all. I wonder what Wallow and Gilly the Kid got to say. Yeah, I wonder what Wally and Gilly got to say now about nephew. Lil Killer. Y'all love them killing motherfuckers. Y'all love a nigga who will kill a nigga. I know y'all mad at me. He wrong with him or y'all laughing at me. I always get the last laugh. I always get the last laugh. I'm trying to change the image. You can't blame my past no more. I come from the trenches. silent. You silent. Mute. Deaf. Boy, that jailhouse a motherfucker. I'm telling you, it'll make you think about telling on your brother. Mama! I used to tell on my brother all the time.
No fella who tryna be forward. Child support, you only support. For a visit, I'm going to courts. Went to jail, they was shining me up. And you know that our family just see how you gon' joke about stimulus, but they really ain't came in the clutch.
Hey, he had me fooled. I really thought that boy had changed his life, not knowing he done killed that boy cousin. That boy, and they had to go kill the girl too, and they were promises lucrative record deals. Oh, he a rotten motherfucker. Them people kill them people, didn't even get a record deal. That's some shit. Oh, man.
After the shooting, according to the indictment, the men went to a nearby burger spot to discuss payment. According to the indictment, Kevon Grant allegedly rented 2 cars, one of which had a fake license plate for the men to use and follow Rondo and his 24-year-old cousin. But when Rondo and his cousin stopped for gas, according to prosecutors, Asa Houston allegedly drove to a nearby alley before Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and a third unidentified man known in the indictment as co-conspirator 2 carried out the shooting, which was captured on surveillance video. Rondo wasn't injured. However, his cousin passed away after being fatally wounded. According to court documents, the 5 men and co-conspirators used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce, such as planes, cars, cell phones, and the internet with intent that the murder of TB be committed. After the shooting, according to the indictment, the men went to a nearby burger spot to discuss payment. Then on the same day, the credit card was used to purchase tickets for Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, Asa Houston, DeAndre Wilson, and co-conspirator 2 to travel back to Chicago. Lil Durk wasn't named in the charging documents against Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston. But according to the indictment, the defendants were offered money and lucrative music opportunities with OTF for the murder of Quando Rondo. Prior to Lil Durk's arrest, the Chicago rapper was being sued by the mother of Chicago drill rapper FBG Duck. FBG Duck was murdered in 2020, and his death led to several convictions in a federal conspiracy trial last January. But his mother sued Lil Durk, OTF, and King Von's estate, alleging they were all involved in the shooting as well. According to the suit, OTF operates as a criminal enterprise. After Grant, Jones, Lindsay, Wilson, and Houston were arrested Thursday, the FBI says Durk booked 2 flights from South Florida airports, one to Dubai and one to Switzerland. He then reportedly booked a flight to Italy, but was arrested in Miami before he could board that flight. Lil Durk and the other defendants are being held pending their transfer back to LA.
What I thought was interesting with the indictment is, a lot of things around Durk basically revolve around funding that he paid for airport, he paid for flights, he paid for hotels, he paid for car rentals, all these things that they utilized in this, quote unquote murder for hire plot. So that's really where they're tying him in right now, because his involvement right now is kind of tangentially involved, right? Where he's the funder, but there's no direct allegation that he said, hey, this is what I want done. There's an allegation that he spoke in code and he could have said this and all these different things, but there's no allegation that says, hey, this is what he said and this is what was going to happen. Obviously, there's been some rumors that there's been a snitch among his group that has been wearing a wire for some time. And if that's the case, it's going to be a very difficult case for everyone involved, depending on how much talking there was going on.
Do your homework on trying to whoop the feds on for them grade. That nigga from the rack. It hit different, free folks. Let's start here. Let's just break all this shit down. Oh my kids. Do your homework on trying to be in Italy, Switzerland, and Israel. Folks was going to Israel. On for them, only nigga we know in Israel was Jesus. On for them, folks was trying to get back on for them grade. Do y'all homework. Then you got this OTF jam nigga jamming niggas up. Like, let's just start there. Free the real on my baby. It hit different on for them. I'm all at the concert. Durk just brought me out on stage trying to say the kids push the piece on for them grade. We was on some new shit on for them grade. You got a nigga who you done fed on for them grade. It's bogus, folks. I don't care where y'all from on for them grade. I don't care what side y'all from, folks. This shit bogus. On for them grade, real niggas gonna feel it. It's different. Man, you feed a nigga for 12 years, he come home with a wire. A wire. A wire is crazy, bro. A wire. Do y'all homework on me bringing my mama so the feds was watching my mama too? It hit different. Am I in some shit now? Like, let's just start there. Like, I mean, we got a little link card fraud. I'll just be real.
You said that you and King Von never had any issues. In fact, the last conversation was a good conversation.
The only thing I got to say about that whole little situation, bro, sometimes it's time to close that door on certain situations. I just want everybody to move on and close that door, so whatever behind that door, let it get dealt with behind that door. Bro, I'm trying to get somewhere. I ain't none of these young dumb niggas no more. Bro, I don't care what nobody think no more. If you slap me in front of everybody, I'm not about to come kill you, bro. Not because once I kill you and you die and I go to prison and 15 years pass and I'm in a damn cage, everybody who said I went out bad for getting slapped and didn't do nothing is gonna eventually grow up, get older and say he went out bad for killing him for by the slap. Bro, I understand now. And I got more than majority of the people that always put a comment down about Jayz. So it's like, but bro, I'm trying to get somewhere.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in
everyone in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
Yep.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type of nigga. I'm not the. We're gonna have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah,
type shit.
We gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
After only 72 hours of sitting in jail, Lil Durk is already making moves for a soon release on bond. As Durk's lawyers made a push to question the feds, what do you have against Lil Durk? As it was announced by a lawyer, Kodak Black's attorney Bradford Cohen says Lil Durk has a chance to beat the King Von and Quando Rondo revenge case. Unless OTF testifies against him, he says, I'm hesitant to say they have a slam dunk case on Durk Banks. I think they have a long way to go to prove the conspiracy against him.
When it comes to Durk Banks, you know, so far I've seen one text that says don't have them associate my name with any kind of flights that they're taking. Certainly that's not a good text, but is that the only text? Because that doesn't, you know, that in itself doesn't stand on its own. Certainly it's circumstantial. But like I said, we have to wait and see what other evidence they have. If they have a snitch, if they have videotapes or audio tapes of him saying something, I think that's a lot different than, hey, just make sure you don't associate my name with these guys. Because he could be blaming, you know, Grant or one of these other guys and saying like, hey, these guys are going to do some crazy stuff. And he's like, hey, listen, make sure it doesn't associate with me at all. You can look at that a million different ways. So I'm hesitant to say that they have, you know, a slam dunk case on Durk Banks.
As it stands right now, the evidence against Lil Durk is pretty small. However, we do not fully know all the info OTF Jam gave on Lil Durk, but this famous lawyer would then reveal what Durk's release date could be, depending on if someone snitches on him or not.
So it all depends on the hunger of the U.S. attorney and the AUSA that's involved. And if they want this individual badly enough, they'll make very attractive deals for these individuals. What does a very attractive deal look like? I think they go for the lowest hanging fruit. Whoever, you know, didn't actually guy, you know, maybe someone that was involved that didn't actually, or someone that, but it didn't hit, you know, they're going to have forensics. Yeah. So they'll take whoever is the least culpable, and I think that they'll approach him and make a deal with him, that'll be the most attractive. And if that guy doesn't make a deal, they'll move on to the next guy. So usually that's what happens, right? You go for the lowest hanging fruit first, the guy that you think will flip, the guy that didn't really have that much involvement. And I think what also is interesting with the indictment is it wasn't just money. They're like, oh, it could have been money or it could have been career advancement.
Which is incredible news for Lil Durk. However, after further investigation, it seems OTF members and Lil Durk fans found multiple Instagram lives where Jam was wearing a wire. These are years apart, meaning he has been working with the feds for years. As Jam is seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering in it, and looking if everything is connected.
My whole thing changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day.
Oh, my. Oh, dang.
Like back in the day. Look, he took a...
Check on your man, already got his head.
Yeah, dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I don't have a dare. Architect. Don't have a dare. Schools outside. All that whooping on the net, it got your man. Metro!